I'm going to share with you something that might shock you. And what I want to convey is not only is it not too late, but I believe that 2026 and beyond will be the absolute best time in history for people over 40, over 50, over 60, over 70, and beyond to build a successful online business. We are sitting at the intersection of several massive trends that are creating what I call the perfect storm of opportunity. And if you're over 40 or 50 or 60 and you've been on the fence about starting an online business, this video is going to show you why now is going to be your time. And if you want a complete guide to capitalize on these trends, make sure you grab my Freedom Formula Blueprint in the description below. And it shows you exactly how to position yourself for success. Let me start with some numbers that'll completely blow your mind. By 2030, people over 50 will control a mass majority of all wealth in America. And we're talking about up to $70 trillion in spending power. But here's what is really interesting. We're also the fastest growing demographic online. The number of people over 50 using social media has increased by over 300% in the past 5 years. So we're not just getting online, but we're becoming a dominant force online. And yet, most online businesses are trying to target 25-year-olds that have no money, change their mind every 5 minutes. Meanwhile, we're sitting here with real purchasing power, clear priorities, and the wisdoms to make good choices. And the motivation, right? Because our motivation is to retire. This creates a massive opportunity gap that smart entrepreneurs over 50 can capitalize on. The first major trend working in our favor is what economists call the experience economy. People are no longer just buying products. They're buying experiences, wisdom, and guidance from people that they trust. And who do people trust more than someone who's actually lived exactly what they're going through? When a 25-year-old talks about retirement planning, people roll their eyes. But when a 53-year-old mom talks about facing a layoff and building a financial security for her family, people listen because they know it's real. And why this matters is our life experience is becoming more valuable, not less valuable. The challenges that we've faced, the mistakes that we've made, the wisdoms we've gained, this is exactly what people are willing to pay for. So people over 50 are perfectly positioned to become trusted advisors, mentors, and guides in every industry imaginable. And we don't just sell products, we sell peace of mind and proven solutions. The second trend is authenticity revolution. People are getting tired of fake influencers, manufactured personalities, and get-rich-quick gurus. They want real people sharing real stories about real solutions. And nobody is authentic like people over 50. We're past the point of trying to impress people or be someone that we're not. We tell it like it is, and people are craving honesty, especially online. When younger entrepreneurs are trying to create fake lifestyles and manufactured success stories, we can just be ourselves and tell our real stories. And that authenticity is becoming incredibly valuable. The more authentic and real you are about your struggles, your solutions, the more people will trust from you and the more that they will buy from you. The third trend is the permanent shift to remote work. Because of the pandemic didn't just temporarily change how we work, it permanently changed what's possible. Companies used to never allow remote work before, and now they're fully remote. And people who never thought that they could work remote are now doing it successfully. The barriers to location and independent income has been permanently removed. So we no longer have to choose between having a stable income and having flexibility. We can build our businesses that give us both security and freedom. And the skills required for successful remote work Communication, self-discipline, time management are all skills that people over 50 have in abundance. Trend number 4 is the longevity boom. Here's a trend that directly benefits people our age. We're living longer, healthier lives than in any generation in history. And the average 50-year-old today can expect to live another, hopefully, 30 to 40 years. This means that we potentially have 3 to 4 decades of a productive life ahead of us. So the old model of retire at 65 and fade away is completely obsolete. So even though we might be in our 50s, we still have time to build something meaningful. A business that we can start at 50 or 60 could provide an income for the next 20 to 30 years. And what I love the most is we can build that income and pass that income down to our kids. So instead of winding down our careers, we can be ramping up for our most productive and profitable decades without having to work the 40 hours a week. Here's something that might surprise you. There's actually a shortage of people with digital marketing skills, especially people who can combine those skills with real-world business experience. Companies are desperately looking for people who understand both digital tools and how to run a business. And guess who has decades of business experience? We do, the older generation. The digital marketing skills we learn building our own businesses are incredibly valuable to other businesses too. So we can create multiple income streams by helping other companies with their digital marketing. And once you master digital marketing for your own business, you can offer those services to other businesses, again, creating multiple income streams. But here's what's even more exciting. The digital marketing industry is projected to grow to $3 billion a day by 2027. So we're not just getting into a good business, we're getting into the fastest growing industry in the world. There's a massive trust crisis in the online business world. People have been burned by too many scams and fake gurus and get rich quick schemes. And they're desperately looking for people that they can trust. And again, who doesn't trust people more than someone who's lived through real challenges and found real. Our age and experience actually gives us credibility that younger entrepreneurs have to work years to build. And all of these trends are happening at the same time, and it's happening right now. And of course, just like anything, the window will not stay open forever. Right now, we are early adopters in this space. But obviously, as more people over 50 realize this opportunity, the more competitive it can be. But as more people over 50 realize this opportunity, of course, just like anything else, it will become more competitive. The people that start now, while the opportunity is still relatively uncrowded, will have a massive advantage over those that wait. So if you're over 50 and you've been thinking about starting an online business, this is your moment. All the trends are working in your favor right now. And if you've tried an online business and failed in the past, the landscape has dramatically changed. What didn't work 5 years ago may work perfectly now. And with the amount of tools that we have available, free tools that we have available, will make your life so much easier. And if you think you're too old or maybe too late, you're actually at the perfect age. And don't even worry about competition, because your biggest competition you have is your own hesitation. The people who are succeeding right now are the ones who started to despise their fear. And that is the fear of not having enough money to retire. So I believe in the next couple of years, people over 50 will realize the opportunity and start their own online business. Within maybe 2 to 3 years, I do believe that people over 50 will be a dominant force online, not just as customers, but as business owners. So the question isn't whether it will happen. The question is, will you be a part of it? Or will you be watching from the sidelines? And look, I don't have a crystal ball. I could be wrong about this stuff. But I'd rather be wrong and have tried than be right and have missed the opportunity. And the demographic shifts are happening, and the opportunities are there for people who are willing to take action. If you want my complete guide to capitalizing on these trends and positioning yourself for success for this new economy, grab my Freedom Formula blueprint below. It's absolutely free. And it shows you exactly how to take advantage of everything that I've shared today. And remember, we're not trying to compete with the 25-year-olds that are currently online. We're creating our own game with our own rules, and we have every advantage we need to win. Now, right now is the beginning of September. We have September, October, November, and December. We have 4 months until 2026. Now, what a lot of people are going to do, they're just going to push it off and say, you know what, I'm going to wait till January 1st to start my business. But what you fail to realize that if you start your business today, by the time January 2026 comes around, your business could be in momentum mode. And when your business is in momentum, then cash flow will be coming in very frequently. If you want to learn the details, you can start your own business in 2026 with no cold calling, no cold DMing people, customers finding you working 2 hours a day, and the potential to make a 6-figure income. Click on the link in the description below